So, any point expenditures before we start moving forward?
Negatory.
Yeah, actually, let me see. I added intimidation. It's just 1 point, and I added 1 point to the path of mind since I'm using that all the time.
Sounds like a plan. I can dig it.
That doesn't improve the path of mind. I'm just doing it in smaller incremental stages.
Okie-doke.
Okay, so you know how I have that blink ring?
Correct.
You guys were talking about how I needed to learn something?
No. Okay. Let me.
Body
if you go
sense.
into, body sense. So, for all gaming purposes, you'll spend about 2 full days resupplying, getting more water from the river and whatnot before you head out. So, it would be a perfect opportunity that where Arn would be showing Lanfan how Blink kind of works. So if you wanted to purchase body sense with some of your points, you are welcome to do so.
And how many points would that be?
How many? At least 1. So body sense for Lanfan. Hold on. That would be. So body sense is a.
Can't improve it more than 1 level.
1,
right?
Right. So she can buy it at 1. So it's a Dex hard. So I think that's Dex -3 at 1 point. So at 1 point you have body sense at 10.
Okay.
Done.
Brum has spent some
Cool.
points somewhere. I'm just not sure where they are spent.
Oh.
My GCA is out of wax. It has wax? It does.
Or I suppose it would be more correct to say it normally has wax.
So I statted out Amira and Rashid just for poops and giggles. Amira is a bard. She uses bardic magic.
Is that good or bad for us?
Whatever it is. It's just something I was putting together just to flesh her out how I envisioned her as a PC if she were ever to be one.
We've never had that before.
Yeah, a bard, her as a bard kind of works really well.
Technically, Magnifico was a bard.
Well, he was a bard by role-playing, but he was a mage by rules. We've never had an actual bard.
Yeah, she actually uses, like, to affect spells, she has to either be singing or playing an instrument. I'm still not quite sure if I want the harp to be hers. It seemed a little and not proper culturally. I was thinking a zitar or something like that, or
flute.
I think a guitar is actually Arabian originally.
something that she would play.
This here is session number 3, yeah?
That is correct, sir.
We've been getting 1 point per session.
Correct. Unless I've given you more points for whatever reason to catch you up to the average. So if you have more than that, then it's just to set the baseline a little closer to for everyone.
Well, Brum came in as 200, so I must have added points incorrectly, maybe.
Well, you would have. I think everyone else, for the most part, 204 ended up being the basic average. So I gave Brum, I think, the 4 missing points to bring his average to everyone else's.
Alright, so you added 4 points.
Yes.
Right, okay.
I say all noobs start at 100.
You broke my brain in doing that.
It's what I'm good at.
Self-taught.
Alright, I'm good to go.
All right. Everyone else get to go. Characters points spent. Skills increased as needed. All right. Well, again, welcome back, everyone, to session 3 of Banestorm. I can thank you, Brian, for giving me the opportunity to run some fantasy. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys are enjoying things so far.
Thank you for letting me play in my own campaign.
It is one of those rare moments that it's like, wow, get to play in the world that I helped create.
Well, it's not really that rare anymore.
Well, not anymore. We've started to set a trend here. So, welcome all you viewers, welcome all you players. Banestorm session 3. Here we go. All right. So, as last we left our intrepid adventurers, you were just completing the rescue of the now named Goat of Derp, encountering a bunch of Pongwumpies, some rather nasty little jackal rat gremlin things that have a effect on the area's luck. So,
And we learned they sucked.
yep. Physically, they are rather unimposing. However, giving everyone the bad luck trait is a rather sucky proposition.
You mean unluckiness?
Unluckiness, yes. So, you find that the PCs back in the camp. They are having to. Rashid has ordered the rest of his men to repair the wagon and try and restock some of the water and food, of which his scouts and men have claimed it'll take approximately 2 full days, which works for Rashid because they do intend to travel, start their travel into the desert at night, as it tends to be cooler to travel and a lot easier to mask their movement.
We should pitch in to assist.
I was thinking we
Zistral's like
should.
a super scout hunter type, so that might help.
Gladly.
He is now the scout. You need to change your name from Zistral to the Scout.
Nah. Not letting it go to my head.
Yet.
He is Zistral, son of Zestor, bearer of the spear. Scouted the four-hoofed peoples.
Did someone someone had a calendar? Did we establish a date?
Yeah, hold on.
Um,
That's on. I have to go to the proper place, to the spreadsheet, but
No
I do
worries.
have the date. The date is currently 7/6/2035. That actually it may be 7/4. I can't remember if I included the 2 days. I don't think I did.
how do I? Oh, that's not what I wanted. Make the day.
Right.
Well, that's the only. I mean, there's a chat window, but I'm trying to see how to. See how to make a note.
I think one of the buttons up there is set the current day.
There it is. That's it. Ha! Current day. It's Friday, 6th of July. Based on your location, you are actually going to be cutting just west of the outermost edge of the Great Desert, and you will be, upon crossing the river, Rashid does warn that you will be entering Jin lands proper.
Well, interesting. Never been there before.
He says it's a. They relate that for the most part, the Jin tend to keep to themselves, or at least their own conflicts to themselves. The conflict between the Jin tends to keep them too busy to worry about the exterior threats or their attention from pushing forward into, say, the Orclands. There's not much appeal in the Orclands in general. However, they do tend to any slaves that they do gain tend to come, route through the Orclands or from Al-Haz to and through the mountains on the easternmost portion. Some of the biggest slave traders in this region in general, Orclands, Jinlands, Great Desert, tend to be gnolls.
Damn gnolls.
Mark.
Those prisoners that they do not eat, they sell for whatever they can get. Yes, sir.
You may want to add a log entry to the date on the calendar. Just say, session. Was it season 2, episode 3? If you see some of the older logs, I've actually, tied the date to the session. Makes it easy to refer to stuff.
That works. All right, that'll work. I don't know if that works.
Did you do it as a? Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, cool. So that is visible. All right. So over the next 2 days, Arn has been showing Lanfan how to operate the Ring of Blink, an item that apparently didn't serve its prior user very well, but doesn't seem to have any ill effects on its own. Everyone suspects that it was a total bad luck for the poor guy who used it last.
Well, to be fair, he was fighting those little jerks, so...
Oh, the Pugwumpy are... Well, yeah, they're jerks. They're totally little terrors. So, she does, sigh about the pugwumpy. Is like, this probably won't be the last we see of them. I mean, most civilized races clear them out of any areas in and around the area.
Wow,
Right.
nobody's devoted, decided to exterminate them?
Oh, they do what they can. If it's ever suspected that they're in, I mean, nobody likes them. No intelligent race. Yeah. Even some of the most despicable races tend to do whatever, stop what they're doing to try and eradicate any kind of pugwumpy infestations and the like.
You've got to be a brave fellow to want to take on an extermination of them.
Oh yeah, it is it is somebody with a lot of guts and
Desperation.
Yeah. That fits pretty well. Rashid mentions that going back for the travel. Rashid mentions that their track will generally put them bait at either cisterns or oases on the way, and it should be approximately a 5-day trek. Barring any encounters with gnolls, possible centaur patrols, or other dangers or random encounters, it should be pretty smooth sailing. He suggests that day prior to leaving, that morning, he's after everything seems to be set. About midday, he kind of starts to order his guys to take whatever to take rests and basically start to get on a nighttime traveling schedule. He actually starts that at the that day after that night. So,
Well,
and he recommends that you
territory.
do the same.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
see no reason why we wouldn't.
I will attempt to do that. Except that I have a habit of waking at dawn, quirk level.
Gotcha. So everyone's unless you have Finn has is and Zistral both are going to have.
Landfan also has light sleeper, I think.
So Finn, Landfan, and Zistral, you're going to have issues adjusting. The first night of travel, for RP purposes, I'm going to impose a fatigue 1 on you as you're trying to force your bodies to adjust to a change in sleep rhythm.
Since mine is quirk level, I was going to suggest that I volunteer to take first watch so that I don't miss the sunrise.
And that tracks. And if Finn allows, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Finn,
I have no problem with that.
Okay.
Finn is usually up that early too because he has to do his conditional rituals and such like that.
Brum tries to wake as late as possible.
Right. So the night, the evening, or the the early evening prior to travel, Mira approaches you, Finn, and says, "The desert will be hot, even regardless of the night. And here, please take this. It was my brother's, but it won't serve him where we're going." And she presses into your hand a small, smooth stone that is very cool to the touch.
Oh, okay. What is this? Thank you.
She says, "Just hold it close to your skin, and it will it'll take the heat. You won't feel the heat as much."
Ah, okay. Thank you
Said,
very
"Let there
much.
be rock."
Yes.
You
Does
kind of
she not need one?
She smiles. It's like, I have one.
Ah, good. Okay.
Oh, I didn't get a rock. I'm
Good
gonna go
news is it
find my
protects
own
you from-
shiny rock.
The bad news is you have to put it in your bum.
On second thought, I don't need a rock right now.
You have to clench.
That doesn't seem conducive to a proper gait.
Brom
Oh,
will
yeah.
break off a nice chunk of rock for Thorndil.
No, it has to be shiny. Shiny rock. You gotta polish that rock.
Y'all are weird.
Does this place we're going have actual land features? This endless plain is so boring.
Rashid kind of jokes with his, "You think these plains are boring? Wait till we cross the river." But the desert has a beauty all of its own.
I'm less confident about this voyage.
Gives a warm laugh and claps you on the back. Is like, "Take heart, my elfin friend. Soon we will be at my siege."
He was struggling for the word.
Yeah, I was struggling for the word. Like,
So has he learned English now, or are we establishing an SOP regarding the borrowing of languages?
Established SOP. And he's starting to speak English at broken, at least.
English.
It takes 50 days in country to pick up 1 point of a language, which
Yeah, but he's been
presuming
focus training.
everybody's going to do.
Unless you cheat.
He is cheating.
He is plot learning.
Learning at the speed of plot.
I got to figure out how to do this head wrap thing.
I didn't have any problem with it.
All right.
I think my head's too small.
Yes, they do pass out some cloaks and such. He says, these will keep the sun off when we do travel. If we have to travel in the sun, cover any exposed skin. The sun will burn faster than you would expect.
Oh yes, we crossed the Great Desert as well, so we do remember some of that.
Unfortunately.
I had a terrible dream. I exploded and died there.
Well, Rashid kind of smiles at you. He's like, then I will make sure I do what I can to ensure you do not explode in my desert.
Well, it was magic based.
I may not
Terrible
have a choice to
dream.
watch you
Didn't have
explode in my desert. But I will entreat Allah to ensure that you do not explode in my desert. The first day of travel goes uneventfully. However, that morning, as you approach a campsite, they set up a small camp near a small outcropping where a cistern is buried in the dirt. Arn, you get a real eerie feeling. You recognize this spot.
Oh man, this one's empty.
However, there is water there.
Is it cold and bitter?
It is not.
At least for us. It's totally cold and bitter for poor Arn. Wait, I don't see Arn's character.
Yeah, it accidentally. I did a right click close on the wrong thing on my computer.
Don't. So who buried it?
Many years ago, it was. There are many of these scattered throughout. Only some of our
thousands.
maps.
Yeah, thousands of such caches.
It allows us, the scouts, to ensure that there's water. Their locations are learned through study of our of maps. Some are. Sometimes we place markings in other locations pointing to them. We follow, using the stars. He kind of goes into this, diatribe of like how they're positioned. Generally, you can find one of such caches within a day's travel of any other.
I'll pay very close attention to these details for later.
Oh yeah. It seems like a really good idea to pay attention.
And he'll show you, he'll kind of clear some sand and dust from a small area. And it shows you like this little piece of flat stone that looks slightly out of place. And it has like some symbology on it. And he says, see this? And it's like this points to another, to two other caches. And he kind of shows, if you were to follow this line straight in about a day's time, you will find it. In fact, he points to one of the markings here. It's like this points to an oasis where we are going next. It ensures that we do not have to carry as much water.
Your people are very wise to build such things.
It is generally considered customary and good form to refill what you can if you have extra water, but sometimes they are not full. Any number of things can drain them. So hence why we do still carry at least 2-3 days of water, just in case we find ourselves without.
Oh, you could pour some conjured water in there.
Yeah, I was going to say, Finn ought to create some.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I think Arn can do it as well.
I can.
Be a bro.
If I remember correctly, it's 2 energy per gallon or something along those lines.
Create water. Okay, so that's... Whew. only 7 energy for whatever 10 pounds of water is.
It needs to have a quirk, something like turns your tongue blue or something like that, so you keep running into desert people with blue tongues.
Now that would be kind of funny.
Water's 8 pounds per gallon or so.
Yeah, so I get 2 per gallon. And then since I have the spell at 15, double checking. Yeah, the spell at 15, so I just need 1 energy per gallon.
That's pretty cool.
Your sheet also
Yes.
mentions, though, however, one has to be careful when approaching because of their, those who know how to read them or locate them could easily set ambushes at such locations for the unwary. Always better to travel in groups.
We are always wary. We're the wariest.
Tis but wisdom. Does anyone have compulsive gambling?
Nope. Only
Mhm.
crowds.
Nope.
Thorndale. That night,
Go.
Rashid and some of his men sit down to begin playing a game.
And Thorndil is summoned, as if by magic.
Shouldn't it be during the day?
Well, yeah, during the day. Exactly.
What you doing?
And he explains, this particular game, and it's a variation of a dice game that you're familiar with. Care to join us?
I will.
And it begins rather, friendly, but then a couple, individuals kind of actually give me a gambling roll. So a couple of the guys kind
Not
of,
today.
nudge each other, kind of, and you have a feeling they're talking a little bit about you. And they make comment to Rashid, and Rashid looks at them for a moment and then looks at you and is like, so my friends, they wish to put stakes in this game. Would that be something you'd be interested in?
Oh, I will be all about the stakes.
How much is your wager?
3 steaks. Freshly, yeah.
And 1 derpy goat.
I will bet the goat.
Oh no!
Can't bet the goat. That
That
belongs.
go-
to
It's the
Zipfel
luckiest goat
Scout
ever.
now.
Let's see. What's my bankroll gonna be?
More accurately, how much are you about to lose?
Actually, that's.
I thought we were returning the goat to the farm or something.
No, the goat was supposed to be living larder, but no one
Oh.
has the heart to take it out now that it seems to be very cuddly with Zistral.
Gotcha.
And,
Okay.
is it a male or a female
Nice.
goat?
I won't throw it all in. Well, I'll put maybe half, 13 pennies in. Well, total. This isn't like per game necessarily.
Right.
Just that's going to be my bankroll is 13 silver.
13 silver. All right. Quick contest. Ooh.
Well,
Gonna be like that, is it?
Go for it.
That's better.
So after some number of hands, Rashid claps you. It's like, you play very well, Thorndil of the Elves.
I just got lucky.
Ah, I saw more skill than luck in your play. I'll have to keep a wary eye on you next game we play, for we must play again, for sure.
It was the goat.
It may be the goat.
And Thorndil does get the feeling, after he's been winning that, he sees kind of the goat just slightly out of, reach, just kind of staring at you. You almost think it winked.
How do you do the language thing again?
You click
Oh
on...
wait, never mind. I was remembering the old way where you had to do the slash.
Ah, right.
Oh, yeah. What'd I win?
We'll say you half again the money you put in.
Is that 6?
Yeah, we'll call it 6.
From memory, I think it's 10% times the margin of success or failure.
Okay, so margin of success would be 70%. So yeah, a little over half. So we'll call it 7, 8.
7 or 8?
Call it 8. Why not? It's almost closer to 70%, 75.
They're totally gonna shank you in your sleep, by the way.
Maybe.
Oh, that's one off of Rashid and the other guys in total.
Yeah. I guess that'll be mixed currency.
That evening, Amira, noticing that a few of you guys have had issues with sleep, pulls out a guitar-looking instrument and begins to play as everyone starts to find their, sleeping tents and other. And if you choose to let it happen, you will find you fall asleep very well. If you do not choose to let it happen, you can make a health check to resist it. Or is it a will? Hold on. Doesn't really say. It just says special resistance. Oh, let's see.
As long as my watch is over, I will not try to resist.
What is this? Basically the sleep
if
spell?
you're willing. Yeah, it's peaceful sleep.
Okay.
As she plays, everyone's, eyes begin to get heavy, but everyone's, but it has a very calming effect, not just kind of and you're out. But it is resistible by those who choose to resist it. It is if you want to go to sleep, you go to sleep. If you do not, then it does not affect you. It is not maleficent. It cannot be used maliciously. So, Lanfan, you fall asleep, and you go. It's deep and it's crazy restful when you do wake up. You feel like you've slept for days when it's only been hours when you do a row.
Yep, I see no reason to fight that.
Sleeping for days doesn't make you feel better.
Well, it has the 8 hit point and fatigue point recovery as if you had slept for 2 days. For 1. So it's very deep, very restful, and if you have insomnia, it will cure the insomnia. If you have nightmares, it prevents nightmares.
Cool.
Amir passes you, Finn, some food prior to playing, though, during that meal. And
yeah, I'm also, I don't know if you saw that, I'm going to be working on my Arabic with her. I noticed that she actually has teaching at a pretty good level.
Sure, she will definitely attempt to teach you and any others that wish to learn.
Man, hell with them.
Okay, she'll teach you. She seems to be. Is anyone else doing anything that evening?
Day.
No, just reading some books around with me.
Brom will be smoking.
Gates 101. Gates 101 by
You
Guest.
know it. Step 1: leave Smilblam at home.
Oh, come on.
I can just imagine the book that Gesslin would write. It'd be all over the place.
Remember to eat a
What is
carrot
this
every third
boom
Tuesday.
tubes that he refers to? Gates, much like boom tubes. And she says, exactly, and she kind of gives you, a smile, and, you learn well.
Brum will spend the time telling stories and smoking his pipe.
You get a few of the Failmen to listen, and they seem quite interested in tales from a dwarf's perspective.
Except they don't speak the language, do they?
Well, SOP is Finn has created like a bottle of water that is shared through the camp. So they share languages.
Oh, is he sharing with multiples? No, I thought that was only for one person.
Regardless of whether it's multiples or one person, he'll tell the story.
Well, if not related directly, Rashid, having gone through the language sharing ritual, will relate the story as your interpreter.
Derp will occasionally find himself untied mysteriously.
Right.
And Finn will suspect someone.
The story will be about a young human princess who found her way into a small village of 7 dwarves.
Is this the adult version or the PGG version?
God, I hope it's not the Fables version.
This will.
Fables version, Snow White ended up murdering all of those damn dwarves because that wasn't a very pleasant time in her life.
No, this one had a happy ending, where a witch turned up.
So did the other one.
The adult version, or the PG, or the RG version?
Yes.
Y'all are weird.
Lanfan. During the as Brum starts his tale, you realize that there's only but one space for you to sit and join the party, or to sit and join the telling of the tale, and that is right next to Rashid.
I sit down. I nod at him, and I look straight ahead.
Brum, you catch a wry smile out of Rashid, and as he proceeds to continue to translate for you. You almost believe that his men almost set that up, picking spots to sit where, it forced her to sit near him.
Brum will just sort of chuckle and smile.
Zistrel, gosh darn it, that stinking goat has got loose again and is, following you around again.
Well, that's fine. He won't eat much.
Okay.
Not out here. Unless they can figure out cactus.
And because the goat worships Zistrel, it poops when Zistrel poops.
Teaching
The
the
goat's
goat bad
starting to grow
habits.
on me. What do you mean bad habits? That's charming.
Goat's growing on
No,
me.
it really
Little pile right by the big pile. That's cute.
The evening closes with Amira's song, at which point everyone kind of crashes, falls asleep, and the evening goes by uneventfully for those who that are on watch. The sun starts to rise, and everyone starts to, go into their tents, and Amira's song kind of plays through the camp as everyone kind of falls out. So no one is affected by the heat of the sun. They sleep despite, the increase, the slight uncomfort of the heat. Unless you chose not to be affected. The next evening arrives, and once again the camp is broken down, and you travel into the evening and through the night. Just as the day starts to break, you see ahead of you what could only be the darn it, where'd that picture go? The oasis of which Rashid spoke. Looks very familiar.
An oasis.
Park.
Well,
This does seem a little
all
familiar.
oases look alike.
Watch out for troglodytes, I think it was.
Was it?
Reptile men. Those who are acting scouts, as per your normal SOP, give me before the entry of the remaining party, please give me a tracking, observation, and or I guess a search roll or perception roll. To ensure that the area is clear, safe, etc.
I'll check for tracks.
Okay, all in the box, please.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine.
Looks clear.
Again in the box.
Sweet deal. Zistrel, there are some what look like older tracks that you see that have come in and gone, but they're really too old to tell. They're definitely not within the last few days.
So just a pattern of pits. Can't tell what made them.
Correct.
Okay. I'll mention that too.
There's definitely some sign of animal as well in and around the area.
I'll mention the non-animal looking ones to Finn and Rashid. And anybody else who is nearby when I happen to give the report. It ain't no secret.
Roger. Thorn, aside from what looks like some kind of bird or whatnot in and near some of the water, you observe no other activity prior to the group approaching.
Looks clear.
Rashid does thank you in a kind of clipped way, and says, shouldn't be any problem. Like, it is an oasis. Other travelers could have been through here. And his men also report that they don't see anything out of the ordinary at the oasis itself. Again, Thorndale, you're invited to join in a game of chance.
Special oasis rules.
No more special than normal.
Actually, I wonder if cultural familiarity affects gambling.
I don't know.
I may just waste myself on my own petard here.
I don't imagine so. It's not a social skill.
Well, it kind of is.
Isn't it? He's got a crappy 10.
Well,
just familiarity with the game. That's interesting.
No, he's playing the long game.
That's right.
I'm applying penalties that you guys don't know about. Holy cow. So, what was your same wager?
Yeah, I should have figured that out beforehand.
Yeah, I kind of clicked the button before I meant to.
Now what you could do is do a 2d12 and win it if I win and lose it if I lose.
Oh.
Damn.
There you go.
Having a good day. What is that? Math.
18. All right. What is the watch order, by the way?
It's in the party sheet.
Okay, that's right.
That may not have been updated, though.
I have watch order as Arn. Well, actually.
Or is that right?
Nope, it's 000135. So I need updated. Brum
So
said he'd take.
one.
Okay, so take first.
I don't think we can access that.
Oh, you guys can't?
No.
No, you have to edit the
Okay.
the numbers, but we can see it.
Okay, so I have Zistral as 1.
Brom will go second.
Brum and Thorndale have the night vision, so we should probably be in the... Oh wait, no, this is during
It's
the day.
during the day.
Never mind.
Yeah, just I'll throw one on there. Whatever the really crappy one is.
Middle of the hot sun.
That's fine.
So what is it? Is it 3 watches or 4?
Well, I guess we got enough for 3. We double up on them.
Well, then I would
Yeah, that's
suggest
probably a good
Finn
idea.
at watch 2 because he's not affected by the heat so much. And will Lanfan or Arn be taking a watch? And if so, there's spots for 1 and 3.
I
Number
put
1.
3.
Okay. And Arn gets to join Zistral.
Cool.
All right. All right. So, I will need a check from give me an observation or appropriate perception roll, vision based, for Thorn and Lanfan in the box. All right. Everyone wakes and starts to gather around the camp. Amira, starts directing one of the other guys to in helping get her gear onto the one of the camels or cart led by the camels. Rashid's making directions to some of his people. Thorndil. Often at some on the other side of one of the small pools of water, ponds, a distinctly humanoid shape kind of moves between some bushes.
Who'd you say was awake?
Everyone.
Oh.
It was at the very end of your watch. Everyone was getting ready to... It was during the period of time that everyone's getting everything ready. Your watch goes through packing and everything else.
I just grab somebody that's close and not pointing at it. Let them know that we got a skulker out there. Pass it down.
All right. Let's see. How do people play it off that they don't see something?
Don't look now, but right over there by the... Don't look!
Yep, I know. That's exactly what I'm thinking, is inevitably somebody's going to look. I'll do a universe reaction roll. How about that?
Oh, well.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say average will or something like that, but okay, whatever. Works too.
All right. Well, it seems like everyone keeps their composure, and Finn, you're informed as the grapevine goes that you happen to be near Rashid at the time, so he hears it that Master Thorn, the elf, has seen some what looks to be a watcher in some of the brush or trees at some distance.
Look at Rashid. Say, are we expecting anyone?
He has his eyes are tight and he's doesn't seem pleased. Just like, no, we are not. It could be any number of threats in these parts. Being I knew it was risky coming this way, but I may have my hubris for attempting speed and may have drawn attention, or it could be nothing.
plan for it to be something, and then if it's nothing, we'll be pleasantly surprised.
Amira is like, "'Tis wisdom you speak, Master Finn."
Or experience.
In my experience,
let's
wisdom
see.
or experience
Yeah.
begets or experience begets wisdom.
Hold on, we're not talking about begetting anything yet.
So forward.
her eye kind of rises, and she just like, what?
Sometimes
She's like,
forgetting is
that
experience.
didn't translate well. That didn't translate well. I'm sure he didn't say it meaning. What do you think?
Yeah, Finn has at that point has probably gone into battle leader mode, so he's like glancing around, assessing where all the PCs are. Sort of want to make sure everybody is aware we may have potential incoming.
It's approximately 100 yards away.
So we've all been awoken?
Yeah. Well, everyone wakes up and starts packing. The end of the watch is when the camp gear is ready. Everyone's ready to basically step and move. That way, you maintain a watch through the packing process.
Let's see. How many of the PCs have acute vision? Do any of them have it?
Let's see.
I have just overall extra perception.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards it's either going to be Zistral or Thorn who have the sharpest eyes, probably.
Only at night.
Okay, so I'm probably going to glance towards Zistral to see if he has any better idea of what's out there.
Give me a vision-based perception.
Yeah, I will step up
In the
onto
box?
the hill and take a big poop so that I'm not suspicious up there.
There's a little black shape that, relieves itself nearby. There's definitely something over there that doesn't look like it belongs, but you can't quite make out what it is.
Is it like a single figure?
It looks like a single figure.
Some kind of gangle creature with an ill-favored look.
And definitely of human size.
It's something the size of 2 legs, but I can't get a good enough look at it. Too much heat shimmer.
Okay, so they've warned us about potential ambushes at these oases.
Oases?
Yeah. I am wondering if they have a general idea of the kind of numbers, because right now we're not a small group.
No, you're not. No, you're the other warriors in the group have started to move ahead to kind of clear the path forward, and they kind of throw gestures back at Rashid that indicate the path forward is clear. So the path that you would be taking seems to be clear if you were to move out.
Right. Okay. So, because I'm leaning towards us, just moving out, maybe having Zistral sweep really wide and come around to see who it is. See if it's like a small platoon, and then in which case he goes, nope, 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 nope.
Arn, all of a sudden a moment of nausea and kind of like you're almost kind of lose balance for a moment, and you almost feel like eyes, like for a moment you just get the vision of somebody watching you, and you get this feeling of like, I see you kind of moment, and then it passes.
do I get any sort of other
And
like
it's
a
and you
face or
you
anything,
feel
or-
like the eyes are coming from that direction.
I point and say, pretty sure bad guys over. Oh, that does not feel good. That's not supposed to feel like that. Pretty sure we got bad guys over there.
He points in the same direction that everyone, where you suspect.
Well, now we
whoever
know who definitely turned around and said and
pointed. All right, Zistral and Thorn for sure. I'm assuming you guys are kind of giving the unobtrusive, steady glances towards that. Give me a. You guys notice that the shape kind of looks like it backs away, like starts to fade back into the shadows, and starts to move away from where it was at, and away from the group.
Seems to be backing off.
Mark, you should share the eyes image.
Oh yeah, I should. Eyes. I see you. And about that same time, Amira, kind of almost has that same kind of like sickly look, and inadvertently grabs hold of Finn's shoulder and kind of leans on him for a moment. It's like, he's here, or one of his agents is here. And Rashid immediately kind of, ignores the fact that, she, grabbed Finn, and it must be a scout. And he kind of, we must stop him before he reports. And he kind of makes a couple gestures, and his men ahead start to move in that direction. But we must act quickly. They're
it's
slippery.
on like Donkey Kong.
And,
Totally gonna have to give the go, go, go gesture.
all right. What is everyone doing? Finn is kind of given the, move, intercept.
Well, it sounds like we're intercepting.
It's kicking off.
I'm going to kind of cock my head towards Amira a bit because it seems like she knows who this is, and then start heading off.
She kind of looks at you almost in kind of a like confused look, like, how did she recognize, she didn't at first recognize what happened to you.
They're gonna shank you
I knows.
too, Aaron.
But you kind of notice that she almost had that same kind of whatever affected you affected her as well. Like maybe his eyes passed from you to her, or looked upon her, kind of thing. All right, so how are you guys approaching this?
Maximum aggression.
All right.
I'm going to drop
maximum effort.
Brum will bulk up.
Non-combat equipment and take off at top speed at an oblique angle rather than going straight at him. Because since everybody else is going to be coming up slower, I want to get on the opposite side of him. So I'm taking the long way around while they run him down. And then we'll sandwich him in a classic pincer maneuver.
All right. And I will do this. And that green line, you can set yourselves up anywhere on to the left of it, or to the right of it, sorry. So as you start to approach more quickly, he moved from approximately, that's where you get to a point where you have full vision. He breaks from cover at that point. And you have, and he looks to be dressed very similarly in dark kind of, and not dark but sand colored robes, He's very well. It looks like it would be very effective camouflage in this environment. Almost like a desert ghillie suit, but light enough to reflect any sun.
Oh no, he's wrapped a shufa around his face. Damn black-veiled Aiel.
And when you guys are positioned in whatever order or manner that you desire to be, just give me a heads up.
How tall is the shrubbery stuff?
Zistral, if you wish it because of your speed, you can be as close as that line.
Yeah, so if he's going directly away from them, I'll go due west.
I'm sorry, say that again. The shrubbery.
Yeah, how
It's
tall
a-
is it?
Okay. Those large cacti and shrubs are approximately waist high. Any of the full tree-looking things, if you're are full man height. The down tree-looking thing is probably about a little less than knee height. The rocks can provide full cover. At least these ones over here can provide full cover to anyone that's behind them. The smaller ones half cover.
Okay, just wanted to get good sight lines, and I think where I'm at's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, I am invisible. Alright. Okay. So is that everyone comfortable with where they're at? Everyone happy?
Yep, I am.
Bonfon,
Good.
why do you have a ghost image? That's weird. I think I see two of you. Oh, there you go. I fixed it.
It's the desert.
Alright, yeah. Mirages. Okay. So we will begin top of the round, top of the morning to you. He is aware of your presence at this point. Oh, sorry. Thorndale. Should have been like that.
They shall run.
Then run, you shot.
I am.
He does have what looks like a long pole, most definitely look like a bow in his hand.
I
He's
am.
not-
I am assuming to be unarmored at this point.
Roger.
And therefore unencumbered.
Lanfan.
I ran.
Roger. Your turn.
Moving.
So I should end my turn. Arn.
And thus the fireball begins.
Oh, you're gonna like. I think you're gonna like what I'm gonna do too.
Casting.
Alright, second turn of running, I can go 14 now. That puts me there.
Alright, so I am activating one of my conditional rituals, which, let's presume, hopefully this doesn't explode in my face. It did not.
Hooray!
Does this still see chat window?
Yeah.
So, distant blow means I basically have infinite reach with regard to the subject only.
Didn't that still
so,
take a range penalty?
Yes.
Nope.
Yes, it does. It does take. Does have a effective. It's still. You can. I'm pretty certain it does.
Oh, standard ranged attack modifiers, yeah. That's fine. I was going to. Which one can you combine with the telegraphed? Is it the all-out +4 as well?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, because I am doing that.
Which is kind of funny because he can dodge it, but he's at a
It's
-4 for not.
invisible, yeah.
It's invisible, and even with a +2, he's still at a -2. So he's like, I know something not right is coming, but
Is it invisible?
it is. He
Yeah.
sees the motion, and they can in fact dodge it, parry
You
or
use
otherwise.
this on us, dude.
Yep.
I don't recall if it's invisible though.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It
The
was
subject
very
defends
irritating.
normally, dodge, block, parry, as if an invisible double of the caster was engaging him.
Who knows? Might just be barely enough for him to recognize that a blow is coming. Kind of like a shockwave kind of effect. Not enough to fully do something with.
He'll be alert on the second and subsequent turns though.
All right. Total damage of 4.
No, that was hit location. He still has to.
Oh,
He has to still do the potential dodge because it's totally gonna roll a frickin' 3.
-2.
Still gonna roll a 3. I know how it is.
I say 4.
Ah,
He
that
failed
works
by
for
2.
me. That's lame.
That is cut on chest with DR4 against DR4. So
Nothing.
nothing. D is
Damn.
part of his cloak.
DR4, damn.
Fine mail. It's only DR2 against crushing though. That was cutting, right?
Is that visible?
No. Well, you can see it now. You just cut through his, cloth and robes. You can see a glint of armor underneath it now. I mean, you rented his, robe pretty darn well.
Right. Well, that just means he could flip the Naginata over and hit him with the butt.
We are such a bunch of murder hobos. He hasn't attacked. All he was doing is watching. And
No, he drew his bow and notched an arrow.
Did
Well,
he?
that could
Okay.
have been defensive. Moving. Oh,
Moved.
sorry. I wanted to do the tumbling.
Gotcha. Throw me acrobatics. All right. Go for it.
Wow.
You
Be like
zigged
that.
when you should have zagged.
What happens when you fail that? Oh,
Probably just the
means you
standard
only get
minus
half
2.
your means you only get half your move.
Oh, okay. Oh, half your move total, so you have to go backwards. But you don't. So you half your move, but you don't take any dodge penalties.
No. No. Failure means you only get half your move and no special benefits.
Ah. Stupid. Alright. Hold on. I realized that the modifier doesn't update. Have it clicked. There we go. Alright. Dodge it.
Right, well, I did an acrobatic. No, I failed it. So I'm not going to even try that.
And he drew that arrow like, you've never seen someone draw an arrow so fast and loose it with such accuracy, except for maybe Dane.
I'm trained in Sylvan warlore. I'm sure I have.
He's definitely a master of the bow. Yes, he could potentially hit you. But he's rolling against some penalties at that point.
Sorry, I gotta set some up.
Yep.
I'm all good.
Woo. Let's see. So same penalties, right, against her?
Yeah, capped at 9.
Capped at 9. You wouldn't get the aim bonus though.
I suppose not. No.
Ooh.
That's a 10.
Nope. Capped at 9.
Capped at 9 would miss. Thorndale kind of ducks out of the way, and it sails right past you, Lon, Vaughn. But
Probably soars over my head since Thorndale had to duck.
That's true. She is like 2 foot nothing.
if you had been a little taller, it might have actually hurt.
GM, advance the tracker.
Yep.
He forgot.
More power.
More power.
Did I observe anything, or should I go ahead?
Oh, you didn't observe anything?
Alright. Gonna decelerate by 2 for a total of 12. There's 4, and that's far enough for one hex side of facing change.
Okay.
6 more, which is more than far enough for another facing change.
Do we hear loud?
That
as
makes
you're turning?
12. No, because I'm making a big loop. And that will be a move and attack with heroic charge.
Right. That's coming from. So run around attack. So it's backside hex.
Yeah, it's run around, but he could have seen me at the beginning of the turn for sure.
No, he's not squealing the tires unless he's making control checks.
Do I get a bonus for rear hex though?
He gets a
No.
penalty. -2.
That's a penalty for him. Gotcha. All right, well, I'm going to throw Deceptive 1 on it then. Ooh, good thing it wasn't Deceptive 2.
Alright, so Deceptive 1, he's at a -3 total.
Yep. And he's probably skewered.
He will retreating dodge from you. It would be a give round. And does not want to get skewered by that very pointy stick, so he's also going to make that feverish.
Can't blame him.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yep.
Ooh!
Oh, that's
Pain.
Let's see.
So
So that's
piercing.
8 times 3.
Let's see, DR4.
Divided by
Half,
2.
Because, yeah.
Oh yeah,
So-
that's right. So 2, 8,
24.
24. He's gonna feel that in the morning.
You
I doubt it.
tickled his spleen.
Really? I mean, that assumes he survives until morning.
All right.
That's going to be -5 because that's a health check. I mean, a vital strike.
Unless that was a death roll.
That was death.
Ah, never mind.
That,
My mistake, your fault.
let's see. Let's use that -5.
Is he, so if that's a death check, then he's going to be
Is-
at -1 for... if
Not
he's
for
made
knockdowns.
that.
Unconsciousnesses are made at -1. Knockdowns are normal.
All right.
Why is that -2?
High
High
pain
pain.
threshold. But he is not happy. He is at
Very badly injured.
And now he's pinned to the ground.
Actually, I wouldn't be trying to pin him since I'm going to have to ride through. I would be
Oh, he
doing
did
the
dodge.
stab
He
and
did.
pull.
he gave ground, so
So I would have stabbed him and he
Kind
walked
of-
off of it.
yeah, he kind of. Well, he didn't walk. as well, so much as fell off of it, sort of.
Stumbled off of it?
Sure. Finn.
But yeah, the maneuver for keeping your spear in a charge like that is that you stab down and immediately start pulling up so that as you ride by, the point comes free.
Okay, so
It was a kidney strike. You hit him in the back, so he kind of it gashed across his back and stabbed into his kidney and cut out a big gash from the kidney.
So Finn is shifting and refocusing his attention in that direction to see and make sure that this guy is the only one, and we're not about to get, ambushed, or not ambushed, but flanked.
Right. Thorndale.
Less bothered about the whole bow thing now.
Oh, he actually drops the bow in his stumble backwards and on the other side of the rock. In fact, he allows himself to fall to the ground in a sitting position against the rock, unarmed, as it were.
Uh-oh, he's gonna explode.
Brum will, his instincts will take over, and he realizes the folly of what's going on here. We're all running into a potential ambush. So he'll come to a skidding halt, and he will start surveying the area.
Alright, give me a perception check in the box, please.
Oh, did I need to do that as well?
Yes, please. Any vision enhancements do apply.
Should I do that again now that I'm closer?
No, not right now.
Okay.
No, he doesn't have any enhancements.
You're not
Yeah,
taking
my
a focused
eyes
look
are
and
really, really blue, but that's it. I don't have any bonus.
Okay.
Brum is taking a focused look.
Wonder if you get that.
He realizes everyone has just run into, charged into an
What?
or charged into bait,
Not
or charged
everybody.
at the bait. I think you get a +2 if you're taking a proper look.
Okay. You still do not see anything. All right. So he holds a hand out in your direction, like palm, fingers up, palm out, and give me a for Thorndale and Lanfan. Give me a perception check, or I guess a perception check would be best. Any vision-based modifiers. So the guy kind of puts his hand out, stop, kind of gesture, and looks like let's see, Lanfan. He looks like he's reaching towards his wound. However, Thorndale, you recognize that he's grasping at what look like a couple vials at near his belt, of which he grabs hold of. And
would I have any idea what the hell that is?
Nope.
Is he using both hands and like he's gonna open it, or is he cocking his hand back like he's gonna throw it?
Well, he has one hand forward, fingers up, like he's kind of like begging you to either stop or something. That's funny. I let go of my mouse to kind of demonstrate say what, and he reaches down, and his other hand kind of reaches, like, imagine you had like a, I guess the best way, like a magazine, a pistol magazine, has these couple vials, and he reaches and grabs both of them with his other hand and kind of and lifts them out of their whole a container. So he has them. He for all intents and purposes, he readies what looks like 2 vials in his hand. Zistral.
Might be healing potions.
Could be.
Is
Beep, beep,
Could be
beep,
grenades.
Beep, 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 beep.
I could solve the problem really quickly.
All right, last time I was going 12, so the least I can go now is 4. And I will
no,
do
it's
so.
not your turn yet.
Oh, sorry,
I'm
I heard
just
my name.
saying that something's happening to you.
Oh, good.
Good is relative. All right, a arrow comes flying out from there and strikes you in the arse.
Ouch! How much?
All of it.
My DR is 2.
Hold on. Extra hit location, nothing. For looks like 2 points impaling, so 3 points total.
Dang it!
Something bit me.
Wait, how much impaling?
Charlie bit me.
I'm sorry? It's going to
How
be
much
3
impaling?
total. Because
okay.
you 2 DR, correct?
Yeah.
And DR and impaling does half again as much.
Double, right?
Or is it double?
Impaling is times 2.
Oh,
Yeah,
then
slashing is 1.5.
So 2
So I take 4.
does 4, loses
Ouch!
2. No, becomes 3. That's right. Or no,
Huh?
4. Yeah, never mind. Disregard. I can't math right now.
That's okay.
It's a bad time to stop mathing.
So now I have an arrow sticking out of my flank, which is further away than my arm. Gonna need some help.
You're flexible enough to reach it.
That sucks.
Oh, okay, good.
Goat will get it.
It's just, yeah, you're able to scratch your own butt. It just looks
okay.
a little weird.
You know, that's a good point.
Kind
Where
of
is
this
the
weird
goat?
contorted. As long as you stretch, the goat.
Melissa
Stayed
says I
with,
used to be an adventurer like you guys, and then I took an arrow in the butt.
You know,
Stayed
we're gonna
with
have to make a goat token
Amira.
now.
All right. Yeah, he gonna die.
Ancestral, you don't want to be pulling that arrow out anyway.
Oh yeah, it's barbed. I'm gonna want to eventually. Can't just leave it in there.
Oh, just so you know, you would have to get fully away from that rock. You can't hit him from there. He's got full cover from you while he's sitting against that rock.
But I would have to take a move anyway.
Gotcha.
I got momentum.
All right. So was that an exploding fireball?
No,
Or just
just
regular
normal.
fireball. Okay.
It hits that rock and goes straight up.
It bursts into flame.
Whoosh. Well, I tried, everyone.
Well, you were attacking at 21 to 30 yards, so.
All right, my move last turn was 12. I can alter it by 8, and my base move is 7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop to 7 so that I'm not under the turning radius penalties anymore. Wheel and go 7 towards the archer.
Roger.
Alright, and a movement of 7 at that angle should be a relative lateral speed of 2 to him, so it'll be a -2 to hit, I hope.
Roger.
Repeat.
Okay, give me another. You're
Yeah,
looking
I
for
was
threats.
making sure
Okay.
I was getting this stuff in there. No, it was repeat shift fire at that,
Oh, gotcha,
that guy.
gotcha. All right.
So that's going to be a total of +0, actually, because I was +1 when it was at -7. That is confirmed. Yeah, that one.
Ooh. Right, so he has to defend at a. So this was telegraphed.
Yep.
-2.
As before, it's the whole
Right.
mostly invisible. Yeah.
Ooh. He kind of saw what happened to his friend and had been observing. It's like, oh, I see what that guy's doing.
Yeah, that tree's missing some branches, though.
Crack. Thorn.
Well, shit. So that guy's got something in his hand.
Yes.
That wasn't the guy I stabbed who made that dodge, was it?
No.
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 Okay.
No, it's the guy
Just-
you're charging towards now.
Okay, he's Desert Scout 2.
Okay, well, Yeah, this could end up failing rather spectacularly, but it seems like the thing to do at the moment.
Famous last words.
I'm gonna have to heroic charge this.
At least you didn't say, "Watch this, guys."
And I am going to close and kick his hand.
Okay.
I'm effectively attempting a disarm.
Roger.
So, no penalties for that. I will be telegraphing, I think, because I'm going to need to.
Roger.
And targeted at the hand. I don't have a hand on there.
I just roll. I mean, you're stacking all kinds of crazy stuff, and he's barely going to be able to defend, if any, so.
I think that's all I need. And that'll just get it.
Yep, he fails. Okay,
Boom.
so you kick it, and these two vials go tumbling end over end towards the other edge of the rock. And for a split moment, you think they're just filled with sand.
But then,
A lot of fun.
I'm probably gonna run forward 3 and make ready a shuriken.
So we can now see 2.
Yes.
All right. So.
And it's if you want to do damage, you probably break his hand.
Oh, yeah, might as well.
Brom will continue surveying the area for possible more attackers.
Roger. You almost, between you and Lanfan, you almost get a really, like, he kind of, there's this sound coming from him.
Telling you, he's going to start laughing the predator laugh.
And he kind of slumps over unconscious.
Well, okay.
Well, do. Sistrel, you watch this guy, instead of drawing an arrow, reach for something out of his belt. And he takes 1, 2. He takes I guess you can only step and ready, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Unless you want to do the move and ready thing. It was Dex -2 to draw the thing if you do that.
All right.
And he might do that, seeing how fast his Istrel is. Would not be unreasonable.
Or at least
Or
get
on the other hand, he might
at
just
least
say,
get
"Look
some
how
more
fast he
cover
is.
there.
Might as well just do this."
Oh, yeah, I guess that works too. Move and ready. 1, 2, 3. Just trying to get out of a charging line of sight of you.
Well, that won't save him from being charged, though.
Well, does what he can.
Is
you have
he
a
in line?
narrow. You have a narrow gap between that tree.
Okay. Last
Your
turn
approach, yeah.
7.
Your approach vector is approximately like that. Is he?
All right,
catching
gonna
him? There you
gonna
go.
accelerate from 7 to 12 again. Oh wait, he moved a little closer to the rock, didn't he?
Yeah,
He
he moved around the rock trying to. Yeah, you know he moved over there. But he broke line of sight with you. But
yeah,
you, I mean,
12.
he was not trying to hide his actions moving around the rock. I'm being
12 will put me there, and unless he's moved further than where you have him on the map, I'll stab
That's where
him
he's
there.
at.
Spending another fatigue to negate the move and attack. Penalty. And I'm going to do Deceptive 1 again. Got it. Maybe.
Should have been building this together. Did not mean to hit that twice. Alright. So, he has no other penalties because he knows you're coming. So, from the front, he's going feverish. He's going to step back away from you.
Didn't he just step?
That doesn't matter.
Not as solid as the last one, but still no joke.
Well, that's gonna still hurt. So it becomes 3 becomes 9.
3
Times 3, right? Because DR4
is DR2.
5. It's going to be 5.
Oh, that's right.
It's 15 points.
15 points. So he's going to be negative, but not dying like this friend. And -5 plus, so total -3, 2. There's -5 for health, plus 3 for high pain. And succeed his health check and won't be stunned.
And I'll say that was a good shot.
You get the
Yes.
His eyes kind of narrow through his shufa, and you hear like a like a ape, like he didn't feel the pain so much as, but he's frustrated at your
Yeah.
Great. They're snake men.
I'll assume he actually moved away.
The eyes
at
look
the edge of the map.
The eyes look human.
I no longer have line of sight, so I am moving forward and trying to make sure there are not additional attackers.
Thorndale.
I am going to continue forward past the now sleeping guy.
So, because this happened on your turn, from the other side of the rock, and Lon Fawn and anyone else kind of watching, like these small, like where you probably suspect those things have fallen, like these small, tiny, like little sand tornadoes start to spin up.
Mm-hmm.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, I have no idea what to do with that.
Get away from it.
Oh, crap. Yeah, you just screwed me up. I am going to... I think I'm going to ready my weapon and back off.
I'm gonna get next to Thorndale and probably put away my shuriken and grab out my sword.
I wonder if that's that same spell that Dustin Tome uses. Or tried to use.
Yeah, I don't think so. It could be.
Just moving, looking around.
You see two like little tornadoes, or like start to they look like start to form right over where those little grenade icons are. Lonfon and Thorn, the body of the scout starts to like convulse for a moment or two and then goes still. And like fully still, like dead still.
Not like statue still.
Not statue still. And the scout in front of you tosses these 2 vials over your head, Zistral.
Okay.
And let's see. I'm going to assume he's trying to get them right about here and here. Can someone want to roll me a grenade scatter roll?
Isn't one out of his line of sight?
Tossing them into the air. He's not trying to hit anything. He's just
I
throwing
see.
up over his head. So 3, 2, 3, and give me another d6. And we'll call it 1. Give me a d. Actually, it should have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me another d6. 3 and another d6. 5 will be 2, 1, 2. All right. And he draws, and he looks like he's reaching to draw what looks like a blade, but he's not going to be able to this round. Actually, can you throw and attempt a fast draw?
If you fast draw, then you can throw, yeah.
Well, I mean,
but if you fail your fast draw, then it becomes your action, and he's already taken an action.
Well, he took a ready action to draw them last round, threw him this round, but he's drawing a fast drawing a
As far as I know,
sword.
as far as I know, you don't have to do it at the beginning of the round.
Yeah. So he's.
But if you fail, you'll have to do it next round as his action.
If he fails to fast draw the sword.
Right.
So let's.
But if he succeeds, then he just does it for free right now.
Modifiers.
Of course, now I wonder.
Which would be pretty smooth.
That's weird. Okay. All right. He readies a blade. I'm just using it as attack roll as his ready. I think fast draw. Wait, actually, yeah, 11. That's enough. He has a blade in hand.
Cool.
Now, let's see. In place of after the sand, the swirling whatever. That appears.
Uh-oh.
Arn. Shape of a man formed of sand appears in those 2 spots.
He ain't gonna be bringing me no dreams.
I will step and attack Deceptive 2.
All right, he's going to get a bonus because you have been thrusting at vitals for the last 2 rounds.
No, that has to be
Wait a
the
minute,
third
only
one.
one was against him.
Well,
Yeah, it's the third one. This is the second time against this guy.
oh, I thought it was third in total.
No,
1, 2, 3.
It's against third time against the
same target?
single target. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it had to be 3 times in just the same combat, or in
Nope.
the same combat.
Um,
What happens? No, that's fine.
You could make the case that if
I would
they're
say
right
if you were
next
taking
to
an
each other,
evaluate. If you were taking an evaluate while I did it to somebody else, it could count for you too. But he wasn't.
That's fine. I'm okay with it.
And that's not a rule, it's just something I think would make sense.
Actually, I think it is. It is written about taking targeted attacks constantly against. I'm not worried about it. It's
Oh
not a
yeah,
big deal
yeah,
right
that
now.
is. Yeah, you're right. That
Yeah, but
absolutely is a rule.
that's
He's half
key.
move, half
If
dodge.
you do the same thing every time, it gets easier to defend against.
So he's half move, half dodge, so he's left with a parry. He will side slip.
Good thing you
He's
got that
hurt.
weapon out.
Yep. Don't matter. Scare him.
Another 15.
And that will definitely now be full-on death check.
I'll look at the sand vials sail over my head and go, haha, you missed.
Right. Because yeah, you don't know what's happening behind you.
Yeah, I didn't see the whirlwinds and anything. I was running the other way.
At the death check, do you start taking penalties to your health check knockdown?
right?
For consciousness, yes. So you're at -1 if you are at.
Oh my gosh!
You're -1 if you are at, your 1 death check.
Right.
-2 if you're at 2 death checks, and
Right.
so on.
It's not.
So
It's not for knockdown. It's for the below 0.
Consciousness.
So he's So he's -5 plus 3 -1. So gotcha. So I figured.
Okay, so I was looking in this direction, so I probably
You
am
see the
unaware
glint?
of the Sandmans. However, you did say we are seeing the little
You see
sand
the-
tornado things.
Yeah, you saw the glint off of the evening sun off of 2 things being flung into the air, and they land there and there. And
Okay,
you
so
probably
I'm
did see
probably
the
just-
sand tornadoes. You have
Okay.
your vision's
Yeah,
not
it's-
limited, so you can see those things form easily.
All right. So with that in mind, I'd like to utilize my thaumatology skill to identify what the hell he just cast, or those things are basically. It's just like a summon, but I don't know what those things are.
Okay. Best guess is some kind of, elemental.
How the hell do you fight a sand elemental?
Oh,
with a
that's
spear.
fire.
Rain.
That's my guess.
Rain. No, wait, then they become a mud elemental.
Thorndil.
Okay. Let's try to not have them ganging up on anyone. I think I need to do a move here. Let's call it there.
Lanfa.
I'm probably going to take a step back and just watch to see what these things do. And I have my sword ready.
Okay.
Moving.
Let's see. Health check to remain conscious, to take an action. That's even with penalties, that's enough. You will take a swipe at you while taking a step. After this combat, there's a rule that I need to bring up with you, Zistral, but I'll bring it up after.
Oh, okay.
It would not be fair. It would not be fair to implement it right now. Let's see. He's going to. You are a large. You're size mod 1, right?
One or two. I'm a 1.
So +1 for size mod. He is going to go all out. He seems to have thrown all caution to the wind.
Did he already roll to stay conscious? Is that what the
Yeah,
one you rolled there is? Cool.
Yep.
Tough bird.
Yeah, these guys aren't. Oh, that's not right. Okay, and he will go for. What? I really should have put this in. Not -1. +1 for size mod.
Or is that just ranged attacks?
It's just against
I think
ranged
that's just
attacks.
ranged.
What?
Speed penalty. I think that only applies to ranged attacks, right?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Ooh. He's going for the neck.
All right, and let's see. Thrusting with a spear does not make it unready, you said, Daniel? So I should be able to parry with it?
Yeah, spears aren't unready weapons.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to parry then. And I can't retreat because I took more than my base move. can do extra effort, so I'll put a fatigue for that. Is that 2 or 3? I always forget.
1.
2.
Oh. Or what? Oh, 2 for extra effort, yeah. I was thinking the fatigue cost was 1.
Yay! Parried it.
Alright. He hisses
Yeah, took off
and
1 fatigue.
he
Oh.
makes this
You
this sound
missed
and
your-
exasperation.
missed your -2 for side hex, but you got that.
Oh, yeah, I did. Well, wait a minute.
It's
Side
true.
or flank?
It's a side hex.
That's a side hex.
Because
okay.
your humanoid part is from what you base it off. That's the rule I was going to bring up, but I wasn't
Yeah, that
gonna-
makes sense.
I wasn't
Oh,
going to.
well,
because I didn't. I
it
forgot
doesn't
to
really
mention it.
matter in this case because the 2 hex front back hex diagram, it's going to end up the same anyway.
I get what you're saying, though. The spear and my hands are in that front hex. I dig that.
Like I said, I was not going to bring it up until at the end, so because I didn't want to oh yeah, I hope he doesn't realize that So I want you to know about it, but I didn't want to
No,
know
that's
about
cool.
it. Oh, and by the way, you failed because
No, it's fine.
All right,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, the 2 hex creature, according to the diagram, it's actually exactly the same as a 1 hex creature. It's just the butt end of it is in the back hex.
all right.
Roger.
So it turns to you, and one arm kind of it kind of opens its mouth, and as it's lunging for you, this jet of sand comes at you, Thorndale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I knew that was coming.
And it's also going but it has extra attack. So the first attack is this jet of sand coming at you, and it's stepping forward to what looks like strike you in melee.
That's
with
annoying.
its fist.
Well, we need to do that one at a time.
Okay, so the first one is going to be
Because I was going to tuck and roll. Assuming I have to.
a hit at 0.
Evidently I have to.
This jet of sand kind of lances out from its open
I'm
maw.
going to assume that's a dodge only. Yeah. So we'll do the thing,
Okay. +2.
and then we'll do the other thing.
All right. And then it steps forward and tries to hammer you with its a slam or a punch. For which you will need
Is it reach 1 or C on that?
We'll reach 1. It kind of extends out. It's like the arms are almost like they reach out
Right.
to you.
He's got anime punch.
Right.
Did he? Oh, right. I'm gonna parry that. Let's see if I am gonna parry that. Then I shall retreat as well, just to play it safe. And my parry is not so bad. I think I will take that.
All right. Because I didn't consider how that would look parrying sand. You parry the blow, you kind of deflect it. However, you do recognize, based on how the blade cut into the sand, that whatever it is diffused. There's not a lot of solidity to it. Like where you struck the hand, it just kind of like went in and came right out as just sand.
Okay. Should I bother
It shouldn't be
attacking
able
that?
to hit you very hard.
You can go ahead. Yeah, give me. Oh, that's right. You parried its. Yeah. So yes, you would do
Yeah.
damage.
Okay. Right. So I need to attack it. If I can find the damn thing. I can't remember if you're supposed to actually attack the hand. Well, that's good enough for it anyway.
I'll let you attack the hand or arm. Assuming you're probably
so I'm
batting
just
at
going to
it
roll the
arm.
damage, and you can do what you want with it. I don't know if he's got DRs or what's his.
Okay. You strike it, and you're pretty certain that that would really do a whole lot of damage, possibly even cut the arm off of a regular person, or nearly so. And it just kind of cuts in, and you can see the gap where the sand was.
Okay.
Like it took a chunk of sand, but some of
That's
it falls
something.
to the ground. But it didn't look like a lot. Like for the effort that you put into that, not a whole lot of effort out. Output did not equal input. It takes a step towards you, Lanfan, and it too, like jets out. Let's see here. Yeah, here within 3. Jets out a jet of sand towards you.
Well, I'm on an acrobatic roll myself away.
For which you will be a very acrobatic. Now dodge. Dodge +2.
Unless she's also doing retreating and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. All right. Question: when you have extra attack, can I guess it just. I guess you really can't keep moving, can you? So.
No,
in
it just
there.
gives you an extra attack.
Gotcha.
You still have the same move.
Right. It took a
Hold
step.
up. Since I
Up.
rolled, I have to take a step, right?
You didn't
Backwards
retreat.
or-
Nope. You didn't state you were retreating. You're just dodging. You kind of do
Oh.
the Neo thing.
Cool.
Right. From those other spots, 2 more spring forth. They coalesce into 2 additional shapes. Arn.
I'd be able to switch targets, right? Since this isn't considered a name.
Correct.
Booyah. And pump more power into it.
More power.
All right. The least I can slow to is 4, but that puts me to where I can go 1 hex per facing change, so I can loop around behind him. 1, 2, 3, 4.
He had no defense anyway, so.
Oh, because he did all out.
Yep. Now you get a +1. All right. Your spear goes ripping straight through him, and he kind of twitches a little bit,
I shake the
on the
blood
end of
off
it.
and I go, hold up, what's going on over there?
And you
Make
see these
the-
2 strange sand shapes.
You make the rest of the hole all the way through from the first hit.
Yeah.
I am trying to identify those things.
That's a good question. You're pretty certain that they are some kind of delayed summoning or summonings.
Right, but what are they?
Who's controlling them?
They're probably like throw and go kind of. They're just malevolent. Basically, they're just elementals, they're elementals, sand type. So a basic earth elemental that best guess is it's an earth elemental of some kind that is comprised instead of dirt and rock and
Sand.
it's sand.
Okay. Let's see. We got 2 there, 2 there. Zistral can outrun those dudes easily.
Oh, give me a thaumatology check in the box.
I think that was thaumatology.
Yep, you got it. Proceed.
Basically, just moving at this point. Maybe. No, not. Hold on. Glad I got 4 of these damn things. I'm sorry. Glad I got 1 more. Okay. So I've activated. I haven't actually, initiated.
Right.
Because I forgot. Oh yeah, I'd have to do a move and attack and all this other stuff.
Worse.
So right.
Damn it. Wasn't thinking. Well, let's just see how this goes. So I'll do a up and attack on one. Just a plain old swing and see how he likes it.
Okay. He does not dodge or make any attempts to defend itself.
I kind of wondered. Oh, that's a little better.
You would think,
Nice.
Normally.
but your blade just like you're cutting sand. You know.
So would
You
I
knocked some
logically conclude that crushing might be a better option here?
The best options are cutting and crushing, I believe, but your damage is seriously limited.
What is it? Homogeneous or diffuse?
Diffuse.
Diffuse.
So maximum damage from crushing and or cutting is at 2. Piercing and impaling is at 1.
How about fire?
Right. All right. Well, Lumfung, you
haven't
saw
tried
that
fire
he
yet.
wasn't. He didn't really try to get out of the way of that swing, so you can probably telegraph and whatnot.
I'm gonna run up to it and swing my sword upward from his crotch to his head.
Okay.
Into a
So
maximum of 2
dark.
points.
Are you sure you're not from the DC universe?
Just saw that movie last night or night or two ago.
Alright, so. Yep. It does not attempt to dodge you. You do this impressive knife cut from, crotch to top, but, just like cutting sand, you feel like you had some effect, but not very much.
Moving.
Watch out. Strangely, the scout that's stuck to your spear, as he slowly dies, there's like a moment where his body convulses for a little bit more rapidly than you would have expected someone of such damage, and then goes completely still. Like complete dead weight on your spear. All right. Second verse, same as the first. A jet of sand erupts from its maw, attempting to engulf you while it prepares to step forward and take a swing on you. I guess this would all be telegraphed. And all out. I'll have to remember that.
Oh. You mean me? So
That
that's
is
the
correct.
that's the beam. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll just we'll keep this going, I guess. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Gonna be like that.
All right. So you're slammed by a wall of sand. You're hit by a wall of sand.
Guess it's time to see what they do.
I guess so. That's true. That's a valid point. Yes, ma'am.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, well, I can only take so many of those.
Hey guys, give me 1 second.
Sure.
1,000. Do these things count as vaporous beings, do you think?
Well, they're diffuse. What?
No, they wouldn't be vaporous. Smoke and stuff is vaporous.
Diffuse says this includes swarms, air elementals, nets, etc.
It is physically solid.
Damn, I mean that spell's gonna be not all that useful. So I have 2 air jets, which I was like,
Right. Well, air
I
is
bet
the
air jet
opposite
would
of
affect
Earth.
Yeah, I bet air would affect it. It might at least have knockback.
Do
Yeah,
your air jets do
3D.
damage?
It does. It's just air jet. Air jet does double knockback damage, but no actual wounding. However, under the description of the spell, it specifically states it does injury damage to vaporous beings or swarms.
Oh, okay.
Hence my question.
That's going to be a judgment call because swarms aren't technically a vapor, but if it does damage to them, it might do damage to something that's diffuse as well.
I don't think these count as that. They are made of sand, but they're not a cloud of sand.
Alas.
They're not a loose body of stuff.
Probably would have worked that way while they were in tornado form.
I guess that's what made me think they might be subject to the air. If they were pulled up out of the desert by the air, they might get knocked around by it too.
Well, air is the opposite element to Earth.
Well, yeah, but just
That
going by
was
what
the
they
other
do.
reason why I was thinking about using it. Because it's like,
It'd be worth
I've
asking,
had the,
or
I've had
just
the
trying
air
it and see
jet.
what happens.
Yeah, I've had the air jet as a conditional ritual for really long. I think from the beginning, I just have never used it.
Yeah, well, knocking them down, I mean, it's a physical thing, so if you can actually knock them down, that's probably not gonna... That's not nothing.
Hey there,
Sorry about that.
Ethan. I notice under diffuse it says area effect, cone, and explosion attacks cause normal damage or normal injury.
Explosion does.
Oh, I will also need a health check from Thorndale. Sorry.
Why?
Because sand's getting all in your face. Like all over you, in fact.
Is it getting everywhere?
Everywhere.
Damn it.
No,
Thought
they're
this
not
guy had fit.
vaporous or anything. Oh,
Damn.
good. And it will take a step forward and try and pummel you.
I wanted to roll an 18. That's not an 18.
Can you do telegraph null out for all your attacks, or is it only one attack?
Oh, right. Is that telegraphed?
Yeah, they are telegraphed. They're very single-minded, very step attack until it stops moving.
I can appreciate that.
So you fail that health check.
Alright, and the attack. Wow, barely. Just whittle away at his arms.
Oh, by the way, that cut that you did do it to its arm before, you see it starting to flow back over.
Uh-huh.
And you did an additional 2. Should I? Alright. So you parried it. Did some extra damage. Sandman 2. Alright. Non-fun. It attempts to strike at you twice.
I'm gonna acrobatically roll backwards.
Here's the first one. And you get a +2. And the second. Both will a strike. So it's like
I get a +2
pound
to
once,
what?
pound 2. So you're going to be a +2 to your defenses because it's not trying to hide that it's swinging at you. It's a telegraphed
Additional
attack.
+2.
Yeah, additional.
So would that be with my dodge or would that be my acrobatics?
Any defenses that you're going to use. So it'll be your dodge. So you still have to roll your acrobatics for an additional +2.
And then will I need to roll my acrobatics twice since he attacked twice?
You can only roll it against one attack.
Oh, okay.
Your retreat counts for all of them, though.
Sorry.
That's the wrong skill.
That's the wrong skill.
It's a good thing.
Well, that's good to know.
Because your acrobatic is 14, if I recall. So, hey, wow. 13, 13, 13, 13. So, no, it doesn't matter.
You're
So,
very
My lucky
consistent.
number.
okay, so you're +4 to a dodge.
She said she was taking a hex, too, so that'll be retreating.
Well, you want to take the retreating for one and
Yeah.
dodge for the other.
Yeah, so I would do this dodge as one of them, and then retreat on the second attack.
Well, since it's the same guy, I think the retreat applies to both.
It does.
I think you're right.
Never mind.
But the acrobatic only accounts for 1.
That is true.
Okay, successfully dodge 1.
And then I have a
Another
+2 to my
13.
second dodge.
You will have a +2 to the second dodge.
Wow, that is another
unless you
13.
retreat.
Damn it,
Alright,
I wanted
nice.
another 13.
I know,
did
right?
not. That would have failed me.
Yeah, that would have annoyed you.
You didn't put enough bonuses. You would have been okay.
Yeah, you forgot to add the dodge or the retreat.
Retreat.
Oh. Okay.
8.
Wow.
They glide across the sand. And that's going to be a move and attack. No, that's not a move and attack. Can he do a full
That
move
is.
and attack? Yeah, that's a move and attack.
Move and
He's only
attack,
going to get
yeah.
one attack, right?
He could do both
Not sure
attacks
how that-
if he's
Well,
got
he can't
extra
do-
attack.
Yeah, he can't do the second
It'd
one. He's
still
not
be
in
capped
range.
at 9, though, right?
Yes. But it's going to be... Can he telegraph it?
Yes. I don't think there's a restriction there.
It's still going to
It's
be capped
still
at
capped at
9.
9.
Oh,
The only
Well,
thing you
correct.
can't do
Yeah.
with telegraph is deceptive.
Yeah. No, the telegraphed is really pointless when it's capped at 9, but you can still do it.
Unless his move and attack is going to be less than 9.
Or if his reach is not going to let him get there.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay.
I don't... Can he margin
That's
crit
not a
on
margin crit.
Yeah, I
It's
don't think he
capped
can
at
margin
9.
crit.
Oh,
So,
well, it's also telegraph doesn't affect crits.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a... I was like, I don't think that works that way. I
Still,
saw
you
the
rolled a 5,
1-1.
though.
I saw the 1-1 and then the 3, and I almost read it as a 2.
Is that against Brum?
That is against Brum. This gout of sand just jets forward from, its maw.
He just barfed on you.
Block. Nice.
Splashing against your shield ineffectively.
You will have
Can't
to do
see.
better than that.
This guy can get all the way to you. And he too will attempt a telegraphed. He actually, since he can get to you, he's going to swing at you twice. And it's going to be capped at 9 and telegraphed.
miss.
And the second one will hit.
And I've got +2, right?
You are a +2. Booyah. Arn.
All right. Well, it looks like the
Careful with
only
your
one
target.
that's-
You're going
Yeah.
to be shooting through.
Changing it once more. And I think this is when I actually have to throw it. I think I put it's either 2 or 3 I put into it.
You tried to miss.
I did.
Holy cow. Well done.
At least you failed to miss.
I do enjoy failing to miss.
It ain't dodging.
Is this an explosive one? Because
Just normal. I started
Ooh.
casting this before we found out that explosives
All
are
right.
better.
So 60 burn. So Ooh. All right. So what happens when you smack that thing? Let's see.
It's now a glass man.
It's comes to a complete halt and turns to glass and is just
Because that's cool.
stands there.
You can see its eyes twitching around. Like, what the hell just
It doesn't.
happened?
Like whatever quote unquote life was in it was 12 times 5.
Lots.
60.
Yeah, it is just a complete glass statue of whatever it was, and it's whatever life you thought it might have is gone from it.
Oh, so they're vulnerable to fire.
Oh yeah, it took 4 times that damage.
Great. Now I know that.
It is a
Vulnerable
glass
to
statue.
fire. So, Thorn? Vulnerable to
Light
fire.
'em up, light 'em up.
Wolfman's got nards.
That thing straight up died. Like there was like 5 times damage.
Oh, that was the one that Thorn was engaged with.
Yep, Thorn, or yeah.
Why is it 5 times damage?
Is it 5 times negative? Is dead without any rolls? No, it's 4 times damage because it's vulnerable to fire. It's like super vulnerable to fire.
It has vulnerable, right?
Vulnerable times 4.
That's why.
Yes, negative times 5 is destroyed.
It was negative times almost 6, really.
Minor correction. Negative times 5 is auto dead.
That's
minus 10 is destroyed.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Zistrol.
All right. Can I change grip to? Wait, what was Brum Rumley using?
Brum uses axe and shield.
Okay, did you attack it with an axe?
I have yet to attack.
Oh crap. Okay, I'm going to charge and find out for myself that the spear doesn't do enough damage then. Accelerating back up to 12 again to get within range.
How terrible would it be that your spear just goes through it and spears Brum Rumley on the other side?
Well, it's only a reach of 2, luckily.
It just occurred to me that if you take that spear in 2 hands and cross-check somebody with it at full gallop.
Oh yeah, that's terrible.
Clothesline. What I was going to do is change grip to hold it by the other end and swing the haft like a club.
So I use it as staff damage.
Yeah, which is a lot, but I don't know. I need to do that yet, so this is just going to be regular.
Well, it's not as much as you'd think, unfortunately. I had that problem with Aruki.
I got 3D plus 2 crush with a swing.
Oh, that is... Yeah. Alright, so you hit it. It's not trying to dodge, or it just kind of lets you come. And your spear goes almost right through it like it was nothing. And...
1 point of damage, maybe?
Yep, 1 point of damage. Exactly.
Wow. So now I have the bright idea to hit it with something else.
Which one were you going for? 3, right?
Yes, 3.
Even as I say that, I'm still using this distant blow thing. And those things are, you said they're all out attacking and stuff like that.
Yep, they're not defending. They are not taking
this
any
is
active
crushing
damage.
damage.
All right. 2 points against number 2.
Yeah, that was mostly for Carrie. That was mostly for Thorn.
I know. I just think it's funny. Use fire against them. What?
Question. I have a question regarding that. Is it, are they vulnerable to fire or are they vulnerable to burning damage?
Fire. I would
So
consider
Sunbolt
burning.
is not going to work.
I'll allow it. I'd say it's heat, so it's more than if it's. I'll call if you shot him with a laser, I'd say it's the same exact thing. So yeah, it's written in as fire, but
right.
burning is.
I also forgot that that particular distant blow had a quirk to it. I don't know what it was. I was thinking it'd be amusing as like there's like a hideous wail as it gets hit.
Screeching sound as it comes sailing by.
No, what it does is it has the sound of the hit echoes. So it's
chat.
Where there's not supposed to be an echo, you get an echo.
all right. Change of plans. I am going to do a move.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say you can move that 3 now. Oh no, we're flanking. Wait, never mind.
And as he passes one, he's going to whack it.
You shouldn't do that in front of a lady.
Yeah, just break some of that glass off, just to make him feel better. But he's gonna wave it, Lamthung. Kind of I got this.
Well, I'm gonna step forward and slice it.
Okay.
She doesn't believe that you got this.
It's a hit. What do you do? 0 damage. Oh, you have a slash in there somehow. Your text.
Oh, that's funny.
All right. Scatter some sand. Rum.
Alright, as Zistral's spear shaft goes through this sand elemental or sand beast, Brum's going to duck the spear point and come up with a dual weapon attack, shield bash, then axe.
Roger. Shield bash. Axe bash. Two points. And 2 points. So 4 points. Knock a significant couple chunks of sand off of it.
What are the other people doing?
They were, I don't know. What did
They're
you
over
ask
there
them
rooting us on.
Well,
they're NPCing.
They're making sure that the camp is secure from any additional ambushes or anything.
They're making
totally
lunch.
fighting some ninja cougars. Damn things
Petting
came out
the
of
goat.
nowhere, man.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Cougars.
That one tinkles a little bit, and kind of pieces of kind of flake off and shard away from where Thorndale smacked it on its way by. You will spout a jet. Actually, no, he'll just slam at you twice, Lanfang.
Come at me.
Oh, he will. Twice.
He brought it.
Plus
We're all
4.
We're all matrixing these guys. We don't even really
It's a
need
plus
to.
4.
You did your acrobatics.
Well, yeah, but then they're doing all
It's a
out
plus.
again.
Yeah, they're all out telegraphed.
Okay.
Try to fail it. Okay,
You need
second.
to stop rolling 13s. I know you like
It's
that
Holy
my
number,
lucky
but it's
number.
not good.
All right,
She
and your
tried to
next one?
fail, but she failed at failing.
So your next dodge will be at a +2 or only.
Well,
Unless
can
you
I
take
do
a
the
retreat.
retreat thing?
Yes.
And then that's a plus 3?
If you give ground and go backwards, 1. Yes.
So plus 3.
Yep. So +5 total.
Oh. Dang. That was
Once
Okay, when we
again,
said
she failed
when we
to
said
fail.
stop rolling a 13, we meant roll lower than that, not higher. Don't roll higher.
I still made it, didn't I?
You're making it very
Rashid's not
dramatic.
gonna like you if you're all scarred up and stuff. That's not very ladylike.
Well, it was the best thing I could do over speak. I can't show any hand gestures otherwise.
All right, Brum. You got 2 fists coming down at you.
Alright, and these were telegraphed, so he gets the bonus.
Yep. You do notice when they do strike and hit your shield, like it bursts into like a gout of sand.
Yep.
Right. So before it takes a step, it sees Zistral, opens its maw, releases a gout of sand at Zistral. And takes a step and tries to take a swipe at him.
Okay.
Which will succeed.
Alright.
So you have a gout of sand, and then it's stepping forward to.
I will try to
China.
dodge the gout of sand, and I will try to parry the other thing. I can't retreat because it took more than my full move, or more than my base speed move. Nope, I'll take that one. And parry, I haven't changed grip yet, so I don't get the bonus for staff parry.
Okay.
But I succeed anyway.
Woohoo! Alright, so the gout of sand strikes you. I need a health check, please.
I didn't actually take any damage because I have DR2.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
That was hit location.
Yeah.
You're gonna
I
get
see.
you're gonna get sand everywhere.
Including that arrow still sticking out of your butt.
That should be
guess I
shielded
should have
from
done
me.
damage. I didn't roll damage, did I?
Oh no, it was on the same side of me that he's on now.
So 6 points
Ow.
of crushing damage. So minus DR. It
That'll be 4.
just pounds into you. And sand covers everything.
Puh, puh, ah.
You close your eyes just in time. If you fail, you guys go blind for one round.
Oh wow.
Hard. Okay.
Just moving.
All right. Let's see. I changed grip to swing the haft at him, and then can I still attack? Or I don't think I've ever changed grip before.
Do you have grip mastery or
No.
form mastery?
No.
You need to
Yeah,
get
he-
those
no.
That's a ready action then.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know what I do?
yeah.
I have the perk Grip Mastery Spear.
Then you've just
Huh.
Yeah, somebody thought of that before.
I think that was probably
and that's
your
a free
advice.
action.
All right, so I will just take a swing.
But you will use your
Might as well go ahead and telegraph it.
You will use staff attack as opposed to a spear.
Yes, it defaults to Spear -2. I've got that
Roger,
covered
roger.
on the mode.
You rock
thing.
it. Do it, my man.
And what do I get for telegraphed?
+4.
Nice. Well, that'll hit then.
Oh yeah. You ain't dodging.
13 crush.
which becomes 2. Ouch.
What? I thought crush was supposed to be good.
It's
better
better
than
than
impaling.
It's better than piercing, which maximum is 1.
Oh. I see.
Blech.
What'd you forget about?
My blinky ring.
You do have that, yes.
Oh, come on. That
Sure, you're
accidental
wrong,
roll
Virginia.
actually made it.
I'll let you have it.
Let's see here. Have to roll it twice anyway.
Ooh.
Damn shame.
How much
so-
flame damage does that thing do?
It's actually only 1 point of flame damage.
So 4 points.
It goes to whatever that is, but the rest of it's normal.
So 2, so total 6.
And
6. Shouldn't it be 5? Because that's cutting. I thought cutting was
Man.
down to
2.
1.
Cutting is down to 2.
Okay, never mind.
Cutting and crushing do 2. Impaling, piercing do 1. Energy is, I think, straight up.
What'd you have to roll it the second time? Oh, never mind. I see.
Does it not stay ignited the first time? Okay.
it's per attack. Well, that was a little less spectacular than I intended.
I don't know. It looked pretty cool. I mean, where your blade cut into it, it like glassed over. You're leaving, permanently, glassy wounds in
That
the
means
thing.
it's gonna stab Landfan with glass. Way to go, Thorn.
Nah, he was just cutting into the torso. That would be kind
Yeah,
of
it looked really
I'll have to
cool,
remember.
though.
It did. Aside from Arn's straight up glassing one of them, that was the most effective attack I've seen yet.
Well, once I get within range, I can sunbolt the guy.
And it can't heal that damage. Remember, you can go ahead and just take telegraph. They're not like they're dodging anything. 2 points. Hey, it's almost there. It's almost there.
All right. Doing again
pulling itself together.
dual weapon attack, shield bash and axe. And since it didn't defend last time, Brom's going to try the telegraphed.
Raja. And 2. Significant chunks of sand go flying.
And again, it doesn't defend.
Nope.
Then Brom will say, "My friend, they are not defending. Open up your attacks."
Sparkle, tinkle. You guys see some sand kind of start to reform itself just before it tries to pummel you. Alright, 2 more strikes at Monfon. Interestingly enough, I come to realize that these things really are just crit hunters. Oh.
Suppose they are.
Well, first time for everything.
And you'll take, what's your DR?
Huh.
Damage reduction? I think you're 1. Yep, you're 1. So you take 2 points of crushing damage, and I need a health check. Alright, defend the second against the second.
I'm gonna do the retreat.
Gotcha. +5. Alright. Two strikes coming at Brum. They are telegraphed and all. So.
Why would they be telegraphing attacks?
Because their attacks are coming in slow enough that you can tell they're coming in at you.
Fair enough.
They're coming from downtown.
They're not finesse fighters.
Yeah, they do that reach back and swing forward kind of thing.
All haymakers.
Coming at you.
All right, we'll do a retreating.
2 strikes. Both potential hits.
I can parry twice, can't I?
Every subsequent parry is at a -1.
Okay.
No,
I'm not
minus
gonna...
4.
No.
Okay.
Normally parry is at -4.
What?
Multiple parries are at -4, unless you have a fencing weapon.
They're all at -4? Or
Or
just
Weapon Master.
No, it's the next one.
the next one? Okay. Then I.
Having
yeah,
said
I'm
that,
still...
there is the optional rule that a long two-handed weapon like that can actually get the -2 instead of the -4. But we never actually agreed to that.
You're
So does
holding
he
it in a
reach?
spear. You're holding it like a staff, so I'd say
Yeah.
you get the staff bonus. Why not?
Yeah, I had put the +2 for staff on there. So he's a reach 2 then? He's not stepping towards me?
Well, he hit you both times as you were in retreat.
I haven't retreated yet. I was at range 2.
Whoa. Did you what? I thought he was right on you. Well, he would have stepped up on you.
Oh, okay, cool.
Man, I must be going blind. I thought you were right next to
I'm
it.
blind. I'm blind.
Alright, stick the retreat.
Oh, hey, you will still be attacking their hands, though.
Haha, that's funny.
So the more
first
they
one is
swing
just
at you,
regular.
the more
Free
2 points you
attacks.
can do to them.
Nice. And the second one will be net -2. Or wait, was I taking off -4 or -2?
You're fine. No, not the first parry. The first parry is straight.
Yeah, I mean for the next one.
-2.
Are you using
so it'll be
staff
net 0
skill
then.
to parry?
Yes, which defaults to spear -2. I don't actually have staff skill.
Because to get the +2 parry bonus for staff, you need to be using it as a staff skill.
Yeah, I am, which defaults to spear -2.
Yeah, he already did that.
Yeah. So this one is net 0.
Damn.
Nice. And do I need to roll damage on those, or is
Yep.
it just one?
You
Okay.
you have to attack it. So you rolled a hit on both of them and then do the damage.
Oh, okay. And hands is -4.
Well, it's
so-
It
arms,
doesn't.
hands.
It doesn't say you have to target the hands that way.
Oh, you
Yeah.
just roll.
I think you just roll.
Lots of 13s tonight.
I know.
And I think if the minimum or if the maximum I can do is 2, it's not possible for me to do less than that since my lowest roll is 5.
Yep. Bop, bop.
Do they have DR?
Nope. They should have. Now that, coming back at it, but no.
Well,
They're made of
maybe not.
sand.
It wouldn't have made any difference
Yeah, right.
except for the fire.
Or, well, even if you have a weakness or vulnerability or whatever it is, DR does not protect, or natural DR does not protect.
Ah,
All right. Since I know that he has to close now, I'm going to stab and then step back. Or rather, swing and then step back. Telegraphed because I know he's not going to defend. So 2 points, I guess.
That is correct.
Oh crap, don't miss. Okay, good. I don't want to catch a sunbolt.
In the
Razor.
back.
Burning fire. Ooh.
Ow.
Times
roll.
4. Yeah, you glass him as well.
Excellent. Balefire.
Close enough. Yeah. Let me see. Negative 48. Just a few death checks. Alright.
Doing the thing.
Flame on! Yes!
Yeah, this costs fatigue, so I can only keep that up so long. At least it actually let it work this time.
Worked last time. Just not the
Once
second
out
time.
of 2. So 2 points and 4 points.
Oh, you strike it, and where your flame blade cuts through it, you're glassing the wounds, causing it to separate in 2, and the sand kind of falls apart in just 2 clumps of sand and bits of glass.
Yay! Is it effectively
dead.
dead? Yes.
It's
thank you.
effectively dead.
Right. Turn.
Well, seeing that this thing's dead, I'm gonna turn to the desert scout and just look him over.
So you begin to look over the scout.
Rinse and repeat. Telegraphed attack.
Okay.
Well, fortunately, minimum damage is way over the maximum damage.
And it's going to try. Oh. Arn.
It's flame jet time.
Whoosh.
Please don't burn me.
You're out of range. You'll feel the heat and probably get sandblasted.
It's a good thing I have a cooling stone.
Right? Sand blasting might be a little uncomfortable.
I got a shield too.
Oh, that's true. Your shield intervenes.
And flies over and bonks Arn in the head.
If you're just walking in the desert, will it block the sun for you?
It might. That would be funny though.
Okay.
Few. It's rather weak.
Weak ass roll.
That was a weak roll. I mean, not that it really matters. It's still ×4, which will effectively finish it off.
Because Braum has been beating it to death with a shield.
Yep. Honestly, one more round and Braum would have taken care of it all on his own. Alright. It is effectively dead. Combat is over, and I'm going to push us to a quick break.
See if they got any more of them vials.
Quick
Those are handy.
Yeah, it's almost time.
Right. But I must take a quick break.
Alright, I'll flick the stream over. We shall be back soon. We are back.
And we're back. So, having fought off the more than capable scouts and whatever sand elementals they brought with them, party is left huffing and puffing and wondering WTF.
Took a trip to the beach.
That really hurt.
Nice and bruised. I think so is Zistral's got a few bruises.
Yeah, I took some hits.
I think I got sand in my small clothes.
I got cut by a scimitar, and then I got sand in my cut. And I got shot in the butt.
And you got shot in the butt. Well, you got punched and shot in the butt. I don't think they ever got a chance to cut you.
All right,
I want to go back to the
Centaur
challenges.
wins. Centaur wins.
Can I go back to the other centaurs challenging me? This sucks.
So I need to check the bodies of the dead, see if they have any identifying marks or tokens.
Upon examining the bodies, where their jaws were, like it almost looks like part of the flesh of their jaw is like almost melted away, and on the inside of their shuva looks like a small, like almost like a leather vial of some kind that looks like it was bitten open, and whatever was in it's kind of boiled out.
Right.
And,
freaking weirdos.
And however, they did not have tongues. Like their tongues had been removed prior.
No
wonder they sounded so frustrated.
Anyone with camouflage skill or a stealth of at least 14 or greater will recognize their cloaks as basically kind of sand ghillie suits, granting what the conferring those kinds of bonuses over to you should they be repaired.
Hey, that could be useful. How many of those?
2.
Actually, can you put that on the party sheet?
I think I can.
Or is that an item that exists yet?
Oh, I have to create an item first
Yeah.
and then put it to the thing. I will create it as an item.
Brum's going to shake his head like a wet dog, and sand, just to loose all the sand from his beard. Then he'll go and observe the dead sand or desert scouts, and he'll say, "Well, you guys are not ones for taking prisoners, huh?"
Well, these guys are apparently not ones for being prisoners.
Yeah, I'm
To
going to
be fair.
show him the inside of the shufa with what apparently is the suicide thing. This is a weird one.
Well, it looks like we are dealing with fanatics then.
Great. Fanatics.
They are rather tattooed themselves, and for Arn and Finn, you kind of get a feeling of a dissipating magic coming off the like a magic that's fading away from the tattoos.
So I'm going to pick that up as well then.
And Thorn, yeah.
Oh, and Thorn. Like
Well,
some
that's
residual
weird.
magic is passing away out from the tattoos.
That intrigueth me greatly.
They have what are effectively large falchions that they had strapped to their backs. Was it regular bows with or strength 12 bows with quivers of arrow? Half of those arrows are barbed, the other half are going to be your bodkin. They have these small, think like an Altoids case, and inside are these like little pellets. And they each have a kind of like a rudimentary camelback each that holds approximately 2 quarts of water.
Well, that's interesting. I think we need to probably take at least one of those things, one of the corpses to the to Rashid and Company, see if they can
yeah.
identify.
Yeah, we'll drag it over there.
Oh,
Also,
I'm sorry.
make sure
And
they're fine.
Finn,
Yeah.
on
Ah,
well, as you're
exploded.
looking at as you're also Finn and Arn and Thorn, as you guys are searching, another thing kind of comes to mind: a small like little globe each carry.
The hell is that?
Interesting.
That
don't know,
is
but it
radiating magic. It's definitely some kind of magic item.
I like magic, especially magic items. Magic items are fun.
Depends on the item and who's wielding it.
I'm looking at the analyze stuff. Do you have the analyze thing, Arn?
Analyze thing?
Yeah, analyze magic.
I can detect it. That seems to be about the extent of it.
Okay.
Are you just leaving them on the bodies, or are you and analyzing them there?
Hold on.
Well, we can take it over to Rashid and see if they know what it is. They might recognize it.
No, hold on. I was like, gonna check it out.
I mean, we're gonna loot the bodies anyway, and put all the stuff on the on the animals,
Okay.
at the very least.
Who patted down the bodies? For sure.
Well, Thorn and Longthong were on the one, so
Okay.
we will have gone through his pockets.
Okay. Between Thorn and Lonfon, give me a roll. A d6 higher wins.
Oh,
And whoever looted the other
So,
body.
30 seconds, we'll pat, because it's going to try to figure out what the, basically casting the analyze magic.
Okay. Lonfon, as you were looting the bodies and you found the globe, all of a sudden you get a kind of a sense of farawayness. Your stomach lurches for a moment, and you sense like somebody is looking at you, and then the moment fades.
I totally throw the globe at Thorndale.
hey!
Think fast.
I'm not sure I deserve that.
And assuming Thorndale probably reflexively catches it, the same occurs.
I guess it depends on how she throws it.
Probably like a
And whether,
and
Yeah, it was a
whether I'm
light
actually
toss of it.
looking. She just hot potatoes it at me. Of course, if I start seeing eyeballs in it, and I'm a hot potato it back into the friggin' ground.
well, it's not that you see the eyeballs in it. It's almost like
Or whatever,
in your
yeah.
head.
Something happens when I catch it. I will
Yep.
uncatch it.
Which will warn the others that don't touch it.
I'll just
You
kind
get
of
that-
It's a trap.
It's pure evil. What you're able to glean from it is some kind of it has some I guess
Yeah, scrying.
clairvoyance, scry kind of effects.
Yeah,
What's the
once
globe
we
made
get,
out of?
Yeah, once we get
Glass.
that, we're probably just gonna, smash them.
Yeah, I was totally gonna grab my sword and just slice it.
How big is it?
That's probably a little bit bigger than a marble.
So kind of small.
Yeah, it's kind of small. You have a feeling that when you held it, whatever you were looking at, it saw. Finn gets a feeling that whoever was using them uses them as a means to look through the eyes of or see and sense whatever whoever's holding it in the palm of their hand can sense and see.
Well, that's interesting.
I'm actually kind of thinking we need to keep one.
So he can see us?
Only if we're holding it.
As you're looting, Rashid and a few of the guards come, rushing up.
Sand golems. Run into these sort of guys before?
He's like he looks to what you say and it's like, yes, they're a menace.
Use
Fires
fire
when,
against them.
and he nods. It's like, yes, fires is the most effective against their kind. And he looks at the and he like hisses. He kind of does the exasperated, like, oh man. And he's like points to them. They are what we call eyes of the Jinn.
Is that who we felt before the fight broke out?
He kind of looks at you like, what do you mean?
Yeah, and
Felt.
I'm going to look at you and go, what do you mean?
Getting to yeah.
Did you find a globe? They would have
We found
held
2 of them.
smash them quickly.
Don't need to tell me twice. Bam!
The powers of the Jinn can utilize those to locate them. We wouldn't want to carry them with us. It would only call destruction upon us. Bring their forces here.
Totally gonna
In
look
fact,
at Thorn and go, see?
I'm
in fact,
just thinking you could track it back to its owner.
yeah, he's like,
That's what Mindel would have done.
That's probably true.
an owner we are quite ill prepared to face at this right now. In fact, we
And
must
then
make
set off a
haste.
remote fireball through it.
We must make haste. If they already know we're here, it won't be very long before they send more additional forces. And if he sends his elite guard, and he makes this pause and just kind of looks at Zistral, and kind of this, you get this, and shudders. We
Oh
must
man,
make
we're
haste.
gonna have to fight. We're gonna have to fight centaurs later.
Who? Quite possibly the Jin himself, or his host.
Yeah, I've seen their stats in the Banestorm book. I'm not so sure we're up for that.
No thanks. I choose life.
It could also be one of his scryers. Any number of his forces or wielders of magic could utilize the eyes.
Ah. Well, alrighty then.
And he looks back at you like, felt it? Felt it? Most just get a sense that they're being scryed upon.
Yeah, that's not disturbing at all, Arn.
Nope, totally fine. Nothing wrong, abnormal here. All good.
Man,
Actually,
I hope he's not cackling
Lon?
maniacally every now and then.
Lon and Thorn, give me a, I guess an intel roll into the box.
Uh-oh, they're gonna have to gank you, dude.
Oh.
Did you mean IQ or?
IQ, yeah. Thorn, for a moment as you are talking with Arn, you almost kind of feel like, wait, those eyes almost look like Thorn's, those eyes almost look like Arn's himself, but then you kind of like shake it off, like, nah, that can't be. Could it?
You're gonna have to gank him, dude.
Nope.
I suppose so. It'll make me sad.
Might as well just slap leather right now.
But if it makes you feel any better, I'll set the sword on fire. You'll appreciate that, I'm sure.
And Zistral shudders because, fire.
Yeah, not a fan.
How are you guys feeling right
Keeping my
now? Do
distance.
you want to keep pressing?
Well,
Sure.
it is time.
Yeah.
It's really up to you guys.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Now's a good time to close for the evening as you guys set off in haste.
Yeah, it is a good
push the rope.
stopping point. It's probably a good stopping point.
Okay, that's fine. I'm okay. We will call it here then.
Unless you got like another really good stopping point, like a few minutes down the road.
I don't know about a few minutes. It's I mean. All right. So the scene closes with the PCs making a hasty retreat, and as you guys set out into the desert night, in a cutscene. Did you take the corpses or leave them behind?
We wanted to identify them. Have Dude identify them,
Oh,
but
okay.
I have no reason why we would take them.
He doesn't know who they are. Just those who have pledged their full devotion to him, to the Jinn and his powers or his
It's probably enough for now.
However, he says he kind of does point to those little canisters. And he says those, however, are that's for the most part food. Each tablet is enough food for is a meal by itself.
We call it melange.
Limbus. The spice must flow.
So, was there any other items other than, or did you pretty much strip them bare, leaving the shattered remains of?
Kind of thinking burn them, but I wouldn't want to go through a whole lot of trouble necessarily.
He does explain
We'll have Arn burn them.
He does explain that the sand folks are typically their kind of what they use as either to mask their escape, keep as a distraction, or kind of a last, like, well, if I'm going down, you're going down with me kind of thing. So, as you guys head out into the desert, the scene cuts away back to the oasis, and a tear in what almost like the reality opens, and out come a couple of centaurs, along fully armored, along with a centaur dressed, a white centaur dressed in robes. Hold on a second, I think I have an image too. They kind of observe the scene that the robed centaur kind of wanders over to where the glass sandman is, and kind of gives it a dismissive look, looking around, taking a look of the combat, almost as if she's kind of reviewing the actions that have already occurred, like watching the fight, even though she was no longer there.
She listening to a CD player and walking around imagining it.
It was a glorious fight, she says. These interlopers are not to be trifled with, she says in Arabic. I've got your images now.
Wow.
Ooh.
That looks fairly serious.
Just a tad.
And they wear a straight gold mask, like yeah. She wanders over to a small spot where the combat had occurred, and kind of reaches down, almost to a spot where Zistral had been struck prior, and kind of takes a dried piece of what looks like almost dirt, but it's more clumped sand, and says, and kind of makes a smile. It's like, huh, they have one of the wild ones with them.
Uh-oh.
And looks at the two, severe-looking centaurs, and they just kind of make this scoffing look. We will find them. And then sing.
Cool.
Da-da-da-da.
You want to join my revolution?
We need to print more pamphlets.
All right. Everyone will
Shiny.
have your 1 point apiece.
Cool.
One. And just for Daniel, I'm chagrined that we couldn't keep going. Ha.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's improper usage.
I know.
You didn't actually say that this time, did you?
No, I didn't have an
I don't think you did.
opportunity to say or real reason to.
Much to your chagrin.
Much to my chagrin.
Yeah, you totally lost it.
I know.
You
I
missed
was
it.
led by the nose.
It was
to
right
it.
there. Just FYI, I'm going to go ahead and pick up Fast Draw Two-Handed Sword. For some reason, I didn't realize that you could do that.
Approved.
Brum is going to increase his storytelling, and he will also increase his dual weapon attack.
Approved.
Nice.
I'm going to improve the Path of Crossroads. That's what the Distant Blow was using.
Disapproved. Approved, of course. So, what'd you guys think? Moans, groans, gripes, complaints.
I liked it.
Things I
That
could
was
have done
interesting.
better. Things I could have done differently. Explained better.
It's cool to have an enemy that conventional weapons didn't work very well on.
Yeah, that was it was a nice exercise.
I'm glad my primary weapon worked, otherwise I wouldn't have known what to do.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Well, I knew from the start that they were going to be vulnerable to fire, but when I first kind of created them and I stared at it for a little while, I'm like, these guys are going to just mow them down. So I dropped their intelligence to bestial and just all out attack telegraphed kind of thing, because if they were dodging and weaving and stuff, that would have made that fight a whole lot longer.
It would have taken longer, yeah.
And they could have easily just started pummeling you especially if they started dodging. And
No, but that was a sensible change, though, I think.
I mean, they are, and that's kind of my thought, is they are unintelligent. They're really just beat them to your a pulp kind of creatures, mindless in their pursuit of just destroying you.
Yeah, had fun. Liked it.
Good stuff.
Awesome.
Stream out?
Thank you, stream. Hope you enjoyed it for those who are watching. Peace out.
Stay tuned for more Banestorm.
With next.
Same Banestorm channel, same Banestorm time.
Ugh.
That just doesn't work as well.
No, it doesn't.
Worth a shot, though.